Hello, a very good evening to you. Welcome back to the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield. Believe it or not, day 7 of the 2017 Betfred World Snooker Championship. We've already seen some fantastic snooker today with 2 Crucible heavyweights.
If this session is anything like the first session, then we're in for a treat. And there you go. Ronnie never got a chance in that frame. It was all about Sean Murphy. Oh, it just caught the near jaw. Sean's not had much of a chance in this one. It's no gimme, that's for sure. Went in nevertheless. Thought it was worth the risk, and he got it and played it beautifully. Oh, right in the heart of the pocket. If he misses a kiss on the yellow, this is perfect. Have a look at this. Needs a bounce.
20.
Superb. In goes the black. He leads Sean Murphy 9 frames to 3.
Played it really well.
He's got the frame on the board. 9-4, Ronnie O'Sullivan. So first chance for Sean. Great shots. And here's the comeback. Gonna get stronger. He still trails by 4.
Wow. No apology for the fluke.
2.
Oh, he's missed it. It's really unforgivable.
Sean Murphy 2.
In goes the black. And Ronnie O'Sullivan makes a marvellous clearance and keeps his 4-frame advantage going into the 3rd session tomorrow morning. 10-6.
There was a very interesting shake of the head there from Ronnie as he exited the Crucible Theatre. Steve Davis is alongside me tonight here on the red button. Steve, why the shake of the head, do you think?
Well, I think he was under it there towards the end of that session. I mean, at 9-3, it looked like Ronnie O'Sullivan was coasting in. Then the interval of the second session happened. Sean Murphy didn't exactly throw caution to the wind, but he relaxed a bit and started playing his game. And all of a sudden, Ronnie sort of froze a bit, stalled a bit. And all of a sudden, by the end of the session, it looked very much like Sean Murphy could have won that last frame, but that miss with the green was massive, and the next 5 balls by Ronnie O'Sullivan were very important. So he's kept that 4-frame gap from the first session. So he'll be feeling a lot more relieved from that, and it's still all to do for Sean Murphy.
Yeah, forgive me for the blunt question, but is Sean Murphy facing an exit?
I think he is, unless Ronnie O'Sullivan underperforms and Sean can keep the pressure on. But it's tough because Ronnie O'Sullivan is a very good front runner, apart from being a great player all round.
If Ronnie O'Sullivan does beat Sean Murphy, do you think this victory will be sweeter, given what's gone on the back pages of the newspapers?
I don't think Ronnie's particularly bothered about all that. I don't think that's really that much of it. I think maybe a storm in a teacup in many ways. Ronnie O'Sullivan's here to do a job. And what I've seen from Ronnie O'Sullivan after that first match against Gary Wilkinson, giving the big fist after the match, and at moments in the match against Sean Murphy, he's been gritted and determination in his teeth. I think he's here to do a job, win the tournament.
Good man, Steve. Thank you very much indeed. A couple of other scores to bring you right up to date with. And Mark Allen is in superb form here at the Crucible this year. He leads Scotland's 4-time world champion John Higgins. That match resumes tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can see that with us on the BBC. All China affair on table 1 this morning. Ding Junhui taking a 4-frame lead over good friend Liang Wenbo. Ding won the first 2 frames, knocking in a break of 111 in the first. They resume tonight, and we'll keep you right up to date with that tonight here on the red button. And another big match. Our live match for you tonight sees the 2015 world champion Stuart Bingham fighting to stay in the championship. He won the final 3 frames of the first session against Kyron Wilson to get the score back to 5-3 and started today as he finished. Wilson bounced back with a century and the next to restore his two-frame advantage at 6-4. And the two men traded frames for the rest of the session. Wilson pinched the 12th on the black to go 7-5. But he was never able to shake Bingham off in the 15th. The world champion in 2015 again pulled it back to a single frame, 8-7. And the final frame of the session saw Bingham looking favourite to draw level with a 55-point lead. But Wilson showed his class with a 37 clearance to win it on the black, 9-7 at the end, and plenty of life left in this one. Now, I mentioned this to you, Steve, yesterday when we were in studio. This young man has got the potential to be a world champion, say a lot of you. But also, I've detected something about Stuart Bingham. Backstage, usually very chatty, very relaxed. Saw him again today. Looks very, very tense, Steve.
Yeah, he's not going to give up this fight. OK, he threw away that last frame and Karen Wilson stole it with leading snookers. But Stuart Bingham's not going to be giving up without a fight. He's a great player, world champion.
Yep, here he is. OK, you're in for a Friday night feast of live snooker. Let's say good evening to Rob Walker.
Thanks, Jason. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a superb day of snooker we've already enjoyed here at the Betfred World Championships. And tonight, at last, we find out the identity of our first qualifier for the quarterfinals. A world-class weekend of live sport starts right here, right now, in Sheffield. Please welcome a player making his first appearance in the second round since that debut 9 years ago. Here after an impressive win over Stuart Carrington. He won his first ranking title early this season at the English Open. He will be determined to reduce this deficit. We call him China's firecracker, Liang Wenbo. And his opponent, a man who has clearly inspired a whole generation of players back home. Winner of 12 ranking titles in all and a brilliant run to the final here 12 months ago. He showed his class this morning, 2 centuries helping him to this 4-frame advantage. The national hero in China, enter the dragon, Ding Junhui! And on table 2, please welcome one of the sport's rising stars. He is now 4 frames away from a second successive quarter-final at the Crucible. Shanghai Masters winner in 15, finalist at the Indian Open earlier this season. Now established amongst the game's elite. We call him the Warrior, Kyron Wilson. And his opponent, bidding for a third Crucible quarter-final. From 5-0 down, he has drawn on decades of experience to stay in touch here. A spectacular run to the world title 2 years ago, and he won the Welsh in brilliant style in February. They call him the Bull Run. They call him Stuart Bingham.
Yes, a very good evening, Jason. A very good evening to everyone watching.
Thank you. Frame 17. Stuart Bingham to break.
Stuart Bingham is going to get this first frame of this final session underway. For all the world, it looked as if he was going to be level at 8-all, and what a comeback that would have been from losing the first 5 frames. But he knows that he's got the experience to possibly get him through this match. But he's up against the brilliant Kyron Wilson. Terrific cueist, this man. And if the white pulls up short enough, it's an early chance. I really do like watching him playing, Stephen. I like his cue action.
Yeah, he plays a very good aggressive game, which I think you have to play these days to be successful. I think you get anywhere being defensive and waiting for opportunities to come. You've got to create them yourself. That's a lovely position shot there. Very important first frame of this session. More so obviously for Bingham. Really has to win this first mini session of 4 frames, 3-1, Stuart, I feel.
5.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to win every single
13.
frame, but when you've got a 2-frame advantage, you know if you can share the little mini sessions, then you're certainly going to get over the line. Just played for the loose red, but I don't think he's come far enough.
20.
Thought he might have gone into the reds there, Stephen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether he's even playing a cannon in the red. It's a little bit to the left of the bunch. To leave one to the right corner, but yeah, I agree with you, Dennis. He had a decent angle there. And it's always good to go into the bunch of reds when there is 1 or 2 loose ones.
He's going to have to bend this. He's playing it with loads of side to just swing it round the pink. This is not easy. Oh, what a shot that was, by the way. And he got a kick. So it was a bit special. That was a great picture of him just swerving it slightly around the pink.
I actually don't think he was going to pot that without the kick. When you seen the cue ball just approaching the red, I think it was definitely sending it to the left of the pocket. So huge bit of fortune there. No, he's got the cannon this time. Good shot. And if he plays this red at the bottom of the bunch, he's going to be opening up everything here.
28.
Good start, this.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yeah.
Looking very snazzy this evening. Nice suit with the back of his waistcoat and a matching stripe down the trousers. There you see it.
I can see you in a pair of them, Dennis.
29.
Definitely.
Meanwhile, trying to come back off the reds, it's always difficult to judge it, and he's left himself awkward. But what a test of his cue action here, because he's got to play it with plenty of pace if he's going to get to a red. Oh, that's good cueing. He deserves to be on a red. That's a terrific shot, Stephen.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the first 2 sections of this match, but I'm going to stick my neck out and say that's one of the best shots he's played in the match. That was a fantastic shot.
Yes, he needed a snooker
7.
in the last frame of the second session, and he managed to get it and got a free ball and went on to pinch that frame, which gave him the 2-frame advantage. He's got another heavy contact there.
Yeah, the cue ball just stopped in its tracks there. It landed short in the blue, had a little careless shot.
42.
Playing such a great shot from the black.
I think he can just screw across the pink there. He might be able to run through, but that shot is on, I think. No, he could run through. No
43.
problem. He was always going to be on pink or black.
$49. $50.
Just coming round to have a look at the angle for that red to the middle pocket and having a look for that one at the back, so he can put the white in a position here where he could have a choice of reds. And that's very clever. If he's gone too far for the one at the back of the little bench of 5, he's got the other one to the middle pocket. He'd prefer the one at the back of the reds, but I think he's just gone a little too far for that.
$56.
I know you see they've both potted 239 balls, but it's the scoreline that counts. And he's got an angle here to push a couple of reds into play. Now, I don't think this one cuts back, and he's not safe yet in this opening frame of this session.
62.
Can't get to that one. And this is quite a thin snick if he takes the pot on, but might just be able to pull it off.
$63.
Still a possible 67 on the table as we show you the cut back again. So if he pots the brown, he's going to need one more red to secure a 3-frame advantage. And he doesn't.
Karen Wilson, 63.
So a bit of a chance for Stuart Bingham. Lots of noise from the other table. There's in between frames.
One.
I'll tell you what, Stephen, this could be a huge turning point in this match. Stuart should have won the last frame to level at 8-all. If he could pinch this and get back to just 1 behind, but he's got an awful lot of work to do. Oh, he's overdone it. That's very
Stuart Bingham,
disappointing.
1.
He concentrated on the cannon, and look what he'd done with the reds. He'd opened them up perfectly. Maybe just took his eye off the black. I think he's potted 40 blacks off the spot, and that's the first one he's missed. So barring snookers, Karen Wilson is opening up a 3-frame advantage. He did try to double that because the black was over the pocket. At the moment, Stuart needs 3 reds, 3 blacks, and then 1 snooker to tie. Anywhere over in the side of the table where the black's over the pocket is a safe position. This one would be nice to slot in.
He wouldn't be taking this on, but the red is actually touching the cushion, which makes the pot that bit easier. That'll be the frame.
Frame conceded. Frame Karen Wilson.
So Stuart Bingham does concede. Karen Wilson has won a very important first frame of this third session. Stretches his lead to 10 frames to 7.
Frame 18, Karen Wilson to break.
Well, he won't be happy with that break-off. That's one of the worst break-off shots he's made in this match. That's the last thing you want to do when you open up a 3-frame advantage, is to give your opponent an early chance.
One.
And the reds have opened nicely, so one little cannon here through the gap of the 2 reds just to nudge the other one. Doesn't have to hit this hard, just a gentle little shot will do it. And he's off and running.
Stuart Bingham is too experienced. And being world champion himself not that long ago to, he won't be pressing the panic button yet. There's a long way to go.
9.
It needs to start winning frames. And not just one at a time. It needs to start reeling off 2 or 3 frames at a time.
Well, I'm not sure about that. He just got far too much action into the cue ball there. He's now going to have to take the one into the right corner. He was playing for the one closest to the black, but well, look how far he was out with that.
$24. $25.
You'll be going into the bunch of reds here, holding for the one that's just above the black to left corner. Yeah, struck that beautifully.
32.
I'd love to win this frame in one visit. In frames, scrappy frames is okay, but nothing sends a message to your opponent
33.
that you're still very much in this match than winning in the one visit.
Yeah, especially when your opponent has made a very poor break-off shot. As I mentioned at the time, that was the worst break-off he's made in this match. Well, he thought he didn't have to go into them at any pace there, but it hasn't worked out for him, Stephen.
No, he needs to go through that gap. That's what he's playing for, to the right of the pink. He got into the cue ball too much. That's why he played it at quite a soft pace. Because he wouldn't have needed to hit it any harder if he'd got the gap. So that was a bad shot. You could say unlucky not to be in anything, but he didn't play it very well.
Let her double there, because look where he left the cue ball. He wasn't leaving anything on.
They'd love to cannon the pink here. That would just open everything up.
$46. 47.
A little bit straight on the blue, but it doesn't matter because of the red over the left corner pocket. You can just drop the blue in and leave that. And you can just screw back and leave one in the other corner. Or he could hold the spot. And that
52.
was quite clever, because now it's much easier to get position with the blue on the black spot.
53.
He's starting to look good, Stuart Bingham, and as I say, when you've been world champion, it stands you in good stead when the question's been asked. He's 3 frames behind, and this is a good response.
$59. $65.
But this here is
66.
just proving how important it is to make a good break-off shot, especially with the standard these days. That's the frame secure. This was a shocker of a break-off. Hit it far
71.
too thick and brought the red down, never got the white over anywhere near the cushion.
$72. $78. $79.
We've had 35 centuries so far in this year's Betfred World Championship. Stuart's only had 1, and this could be a very timely one indeed.
86.
41 he's made this season, so he's been playing much better this year than when he was
87.
playing, defending after he won the world title. I think he put so much into the commitment, Steve, and his game suffered a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it definitely seemed like a weight around his shoulders. Not in general, but whenever he got onto the snooker table.
95.
He didn't look the same player.
Absolutely superb. A very timely century break
102.
from the very likable Stuart Bingham.
103. 110.
$136 is the highest so
112.
far this year. There's a possible 137 on. I don't think it'll win the high break prize of £10,000. But it's certainly going to
115.
supersede Ding Jean Hui's 136.
119. 124.
The highest break last year was
130.
made by Karen Wilson, a break of 143. So in goes the black. That's the highest break this year. Stuart Bingham got one chance from a poor break-off shot and he cleared the table. He's back just 2 behind. It's 10-8.
Frame 19. Stuart Bingham to break.
Excellent long pot.
One.
What sort of angle has he got on the brown? I think it's almost dead straight.
Karen Wilson. 1.
Yeah, it's 3 break-offs tonight and 3 balls potted from all 3. These players have got to tighten it up a bit. Yeah, I think a lot of players, the shot that Karen Wilson just played roll up in the yellow, a lot of players are very quick to play that shot, but you see what's happened. He hasn't really gained that much of an advantage. I'd much rather put the cue ball tight in the baulk cushion, forcing Stuart to actually play a shot. It's different when the reds are split everywhere, then yeah, play the snooker, but it's very rare the top players don't get out of those snookers without leaving anything.
Very little safety in the first 2 frames this evening, but that's part of the game that you've got to perfect. Just to create an opening and force your opponent into making a mistake. That's a beauty. He's blocked off the escape route down the right side of the table. Well, that's a stat. Fair and safety success rate higher than Stuart Bingham's. Good all-round game. I never thought he'd play the snooker behind the blue. Well, his nickname, when he's introduced, is Ball Run Bingham. I used to think it was because he potted so many balls. Apparently it's because of the run of the ball that he gets at times. I'll tell you what, you won't see many better little bits of good fortune than that. He holds his hand up, but I'll tell you, when you come out of your seat, it doesn't make you feel any better. I don't know if he can get twice across and just land on the reds to keep it safe. That's what he's tried. But he hasn't got it safe. I think he can just drop this in. The black's not going to be all that easy, but if he's dead straight on the red in past the black, and he is, he's just looking to see what sort of a black he would leave himself.
One.
It's made it awkward. In fact, he might refuse the black now because he's having to bridge over the other red.
Yellow ball. Stuart Bingham, 1. Just while we're having this little bout of safety, I'd like to wish my granddaughter, Annie Reader, it's her birthday. She's 14 today. And a limo picked 10 of them up from school, and they're putting a tent up in the back garden. So have a happy birthday. Annie.
Good shot. Nice pot and steered the cue ball very nicely through the gap. The two reds in the pink spot. I think the right one of those is available to the right corner. You can get on that from either green or brown. Well, he didn't get much side on the cue ball. I thought he would have hit the cue ball much more into the middle of the table. It's almost as if he was making sure the pot there. This is missable now, this red. Yep. Very poor shot off the brown. Very negative shot.
5.
That's the first time I've seen that silky cue action. He put a quick one in there. We have another look at that. You might just be able to see this one. Can't see it from that overhead shot. It was the body that moved a little bit.
One.
Just have a look at his body here after he delivers the cue. Just watch this. Yeah, just a bit of movement there that caused that.
Seven. Eight.
Well, he's left that very awkward. Didn't quite cannon the red as he intended. he can still pot the pink, but he's quite good. He's got quite large hands, Stuart, and it helps when you're bridging over a ball like that. Don't know if he can find that gap, but he's fully stretched. He'd have to pot this, and just a gap between the reds there above the black spot area, but I don't know if he can get into that gap and swing it around. No, he didn't find the gap. He needs a little bit of good luck here.
15.
And even if the pink pots, he's heading away from the reds. But I don't think the pink goes anywhere. Well, it does, but he's heading away up the table. So he's going to have to go all the way around the angles, and there's a lot of colours to avoid if he does that. And even then, he'd have to drop on the red that's near the black spot, to the left of the black spot. He's just trying to figure out if he could find that angle. It's somewhere along the lines, if he can judge it. It's not a bad effort. If he doesn't hit the blue, unlucky.
$21. Stuart Bingham, 21.
Have a look where that's finished.
Touching ball.
I suppose Stuart Bingham had a bit of good fortune when he hit the jaw of the middle pocket, went in behind the blue, but that was equally as fortunate there. Have another look at this. Once he missed the pot and cannoned into the reds, he would have thought, oh, this game could slip away. Or this frame could slip away, but what a result he's had there.
1.
He's one of the players, Stuart, that's got a lot of power with his cue action, and that type of shot there, he does it quite easily. Bit of a chance this now. Oh yeah, thought he was going to put that on the left jaw there, but safely in. Just at there, I thought maybe he'll hit the left jaw, but no problem.
7.
If he had an angle on a red here, he could have potted and just nudged the one away from the pink, but he hasn't got the angle to do that, as you can see. But the blue back
8.
on its spot helps the situation.
Okay,
I
Bingham.
don't think
8.
anyone's seen that coming. That was just a lapse in concentration there.
One. Yeah. 3. Four.
Well, he's got a good angle on the green. Can either go into the 2 reds by the pink or the 3 reds. Just miss the blue. Just missed the blue. Good shot. Very good shot. I'm lucky not to bring more than 1 red off with that shot.
7.
You see all 3 of them moved.
Eight.
The red that's just above the black can play the yellow off 2, possibly 3 cushions. As long as the cue ball's somewhere near this black cushion, it'll be on that red to left corner.
Check.
Played for the red that Stephen suggested and could have done with just another few inches bouncing off that cushion there.
Eleven.
see Kyron there just aiming his cue at the line if he's going to play a direct stun across to cannon the pink. Leave the red to left corner. Just didn't get into the cue ball enough. And that's end of break. Decent target behind green and brown.
16.
Just has to avoid the ball.
Darren Wilson, 16.
And that's a pretty good shot there. He's back in this frame now because Stewart was going along very nicely until he missed that sitter of a blue. There is a gap, believe it or not, between the brown and green. But even with the gap, it's going to have to be a good shot to get back down the safety area. If he goes down the right side of the table, he's got to make sure he doesn't cannon into that red that's on that side of the table. So he needs a thinnish one. Well, he doesn't want it that thin though.
Foul, the miss. Darren Wilson, 4.
Well, he's such a good long potter. Looks like he's not going to have them replaced. He's going to take this one on. Just having to get up off the shot. Frame coming to an end on the other table. Lots of people leaving the arena, watching the match on the other side. You can see them there. Table fitters brushing the table. All hustle and bustle in the Crucible.
Amazing, if it was down at one table and everyone started leaving, you would think what's going on, you were ruling it, but because it's two tables, you just take it for granted. You don't even notice it as a player.
One.
A similar kind of shot Kyron Wilson played a few moments ago. Maybe that cue ball somewhere near that black cushion, bound to be on the red that's next to the pink. Oh, you're kidding me. You could play that shot another 50 times and it wouldn't land
4.
there. Maybe slight exaggeration, Dennis. Maybe 10.
Yeah, that's more like it, Stephen.
Stuart Bingham, 4.
Can he just see enough of the red to the right of the pink to return the safety shot? I think he can.
Yeah, well played. Just over the 30 minutes for this tactical frames, just the way it panned out. This could be a beauty. Got the snooker. Gotta be careful here. He could go in off this if he doesn't catch it just right. As he tried to just nestle up behind it. Even that has to be judged. Don't blame either player for taking a little bit longer. It's such an important frame. Karen looking to open up a 3-frame advantage. Stuart just to be one behind. And what about that for the pot? That certainly was worth waiting for. Terrific cueing there. But look what he's faced with. If he rolls the black in, he's got the red for the middle. That's why he got that little bit of a shake of the head. But if you're going to play it, you're better off just getting down and playing it. The more you think about it, the tougher it becomes. Doesn't fancy it. That's just because of the score line.
Stuart Bingham, 1.
So playing the snooker seems to be the correct choice because Stuart now has a chance. Okay, he's near the cushion, but if he pots this, he'll automatically finish on a colour, you would have to say.
One.
Green's the more difficult, but the better ball to
to regain position.
Four. Six.
Quick glance round at the scoreboard. Green and brown would be enough.
Nine.
So he won the previous frame with the tournament high break of 137. And when this brown disappears, he's won the longest tactical frame.
18. $24.
And he wants the black as well.
Stuart Bingham, 24.
But not that he's missed that. A very, very solid performance from Stuart Bingham there. It's anyone's match now. There's just one frame separates them. 10-9. Yeah, winning the Welsh this season gave Stuart a big boost, but he had a shot there that he thought about taking the black on, and if he rolls the black in, the reds there, and then it was just the circumstances of the score. He decided, no, I'll play the snooker, and it turned out to be the correct decision because Kyron escaped from the snooker but left the red on. And
thank you. Frame 20, Karen Wilson to break. Thank you.
very difficult, as I said, to pick a winner of this match now. Just one frame separating them. Can he make a better break-off shot? There's a couple of frames ago he broke off and sat down while Stuart cleared the table. That's a much better break-off. Well, having said that, Stuart might get down, roll this red in and clear the table again. But if he pots something like this, well, fair play to him. He did attempt it, believe it or not.
Yeah, people just starting to come back in for play on the other table. And just talking about noise, I'll never forget 1975. I had to go all the way to Australia, played Fred Davis, and they played in a leagues club in Sydney, and there was 500 fruit machines just the other side of a curtain I was playing. That was some noise, and they were all being played. And then, of course, 2 years after that, the World Championship landed at the Crucible Theatre, and we've been here ever since. Hard to believe we celebrated 40 years at the Crucible last Friday. I think most of us like to call it the Theatre of Dreams. We've got a few of those around the country.
Took a big risk there. Obviously, hand on the table, got to go for it, but played it in such a positive way. See where he's left it.
One.
Nice opening for Kyron Wilson. They're losing that scrappy last frame. Chance to get his Q arm going again. Plenty open reds.
Eight.
Last frame before the mid-session interval. He'd love to go in with his 2-frame advantage intact.
And that's
9.
a pretty poor positional shot from Kyron there. Not as smooth as usual with his action there. This is a bit of a tester. And just shows you the importance of that last positional shot when he didn't play it very well. So a little bit of tension creeping in out there, Stephen.
Yep, the pressure very much showing in that visit to the table. We've seen how he came out in the first frame straight away and made that excellent 60 break. Stuart Bingham, having won the last 2 frames, has really put Kyron Wilson under it.
I don't think you can see enough of that to pot. And the one to the middle's much more difficult, but he's back looking at it. It's very, very tight, but from that angle there, it doesn't look as if you can see enough of the red. And just a bit too much pace.
1.
I said the mid-session interval's coming up, so quite understandable. A little bit little bit of pressure with this frame.
Stuart Bingham, 1.
It's quite understandable under the circumstances.
Lovely pot. Just done a winner dance for those winners' famous Crucible late night 13-12s. What do you think?
Yeah, you heard it here first from the king of the Crucible, 7 times former champion. He wants a 13-12.
I don't think that's quite what I said, that I want a 13-12. I just think that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, I don't think either player would like a 13-12 either. Well, the winner wouldn't mind it, but he's terrific with the rest, is Kyron. He's up there with the Sean Murphys and Jimmy Whites, using the rest.
Ten.
Well, that was quite tight, man. Was he still on the red? You'd be able to tell by Karen Wilson's body language if he was snookered. So he'd like to put an angle on his black now to pot the black and come off the cushion, miss the open red and go into the bunch. He's just going to stun past the cushion with a bit of left-hand side. Stun off the cushion, as I say, not past the cushion. It'll be on the floor.
That's the shot that Stephen was suggesting. Can he get enough action on it? Just played a dead weight to leave the red. Maybe felt if he had hit it any harder, he might have slipped past the reds.
18.
But there's no blue to go into the pink and reds from, so he's going to have to do it off a balk colour. And the blue's slightly in the way of coming down the right side of the table.
$19.
Well, looking at that, he's going to have to do it off the brown. He played for the green there, but the brown and off 2 cushions, key shot coming up.
Yeah, the only problem he's got with that shot, he's now looking to see if this red is available to the left corner. The only problem with the brown is that it's such a slim target. It's very easy for the cue ball to slip off those reds the way they're shaped and just end up on the black cushion.
Yeah, if he can't find that individual red, he would have to go that red, but it's the green he's taking. It looks as if he's played
to leave a double here. It's a free
22.
shot because he can't finish on the black. Well, that was a cracking double because not only did he double the red, he played the cue ball into the perfect spot. He certainly has the cue power for that type of shot.
30.
Yeah, that was very well played. Kept a tight grip on that cue ball. Didn't let it loose up to the bulk end of the table.
31.
Keeps having to go up that end of the table. And it doesn't make the positional play any easier. As we said, he's got a very good cue action. This sort of shot is no problem for him at all.
That was a lovely shot of the pause at the back before he delivered the cue there, and he screwed that back
34.
with very little effort. And this is good stuff under the circumstances because he was put under a lot of pressure, and it's a great response from Kyron here. He's a very quiet, unassuming lad, is Kyron, but I'll tell you what, I've spent a fair bit of time chatting to him. He's so confident
42.
and so positive about his game. He feels he can beat anybody in the game, and I think that's why a lot of the former champions have got a great respect for him.
Yeah, this has been an excellent visit to the table because his first chance in this frame, he didn't really make much of a success of it. Started with an excellent red to the green pocket. Here we see cue ball quite close to the cushion, aiming down. Great control.
51.
And nice to have the plant there to secure this frame before the mid-session interval.
$58. $59.
Can't do much about this. It's been a superb effort. Doesn't matter about the pink.
Kyron Wilson, 59. And
He's
the frame.
done what he needed to do. He shared the 4 frames. And Kyron Wilson goes to the mid-session interval.
Please.
He's just 2 frames away from a famous victory. It's 11-9.
Frame 21, Stuart Bingham to break.
Thank you, Jason. Yep, one ball at a time. Frame by frame. That was my autobiography in 1985. Called it Frame by Frame, and that's what you've got to do. Very impressive start after the mid-session interval, and the kiss on the brown means that he can pot either yellow or green, but from almost on the cushion. Terrific. This needs to bounce. He's got the long red up into the right corner past the blue and green. He's not on this one, I don't think. Now, just come up a fraction short after travelling all that way around the table. Potted one earlier where he made the angle, played it beside, but I don't think he can do that. He's better off taking the long one, and this is a little bit of a test for Kyron. Tell you what, he doesn't seem to mind the pressure to knock that one in, Stephen.
Yeah, this was certainly potted with authority. I mean, he's not got ideal position from it. A very confident pot.
I mean, look at this shot with the rest. I mean, that's beautifully played. It really is. I think he showed the amount of bottle he has in that previous frame.
Eight.
And what he's doing, Stephen, he seems to be enjoying himself out there as well. You know, he's under extreme pressure, but he's playing some terrific stuff here.
Yeah, he seems to love playing at the Crucible. Love the, the biggest event that we have in snooker. If
15.
you can play your best stuff here, that is you're some player.
16.
Because there's some pressure in this place. You're here over 17 days. You're going to take a lot of hits, a lot of bad shots, a lot of frames you should have won that you lose. It's having the temperament to withstand all that.
And an early key shot coming up here because he's going to disturb red and the pink. Can he get on a colour?
$24.
Couldn't have split them any better than that. So he's just one more shot away from getting an ideal position as we show you that split again. He's got a red up past the blue there to one more good shot, and he's got a great chance here. Oh, he's going to snooker himself with the green, is he? I think he's just gone far enough.
30.
First to 13.
his 2 victories against Stewart. They've only played each other twice, both in China. He won 5-1 in the Shanghai Masters
34.
in 2013 and 5-2 in the China Open this season.
35.
I struck that perfectly. Now in
42.
absolute prime position. I'll be very, very disappointed to win the frame from here.
43.
Well, it looks very much like this is going to be another frame 1
50.
from the break off. This will be the 3rd time it's happened tonight.
$51.
May have to just go up for the blue here. He wanted to be
58.
straight on this red. He's not that many pots away from opening up a 3-frame advantage. He could
59.
hold for the pink. That was even better. This is terrific stuff from Kyron. Got to the quarter-final last
65.
year where he lost 13-8 to Mark Selby. It looks like he's got intentions
66.
of doing better this year. Stewart can't do anything about this. May not be on that red, but it doesn't really matter. 72 ahead. He might be able to get to the potting
72.
angle of the 1 to the middle pocket.
So that red going in is Stuart Bingham. It wasn't as if he's going to get back to the table anyway, but it wouldn't be coming back now. So can Karen Wilson go on and make the century break? I
80.
certainly wouldn't bet against it now.
81.
Been 37 centuries so far. This year's Betfred World Snooker Championship.
88.
Just the 1 century so far in this game. Oh, he's overcut the red.
What a
Callum
shame,
Wilson,
no
88
century
on the
break,
frame.
but he won't be too disappointed. In fact, Stuart Bingham just made 1 mistake, and that was all Callum Wilson needed. He took it with that magnificent break, and now he's just 1 frame away from a place in the quarter-final, 12-9.
Frame 22. Karen Wilson to break.
And he's made a pretty decent break-off shot. Probably just a little bit harder. Would have left the white tucked up in the cushion. Now, Stuart Bingham, don't write this man off. You would do at your peril. Okay, he's got to win all 4 frames, but he's quite capable of doing that if he gets the chance. But this is not very inviting as an opener. But there you go. 1.
Oh, these two players are just putting one every time off the break-off tonight. Incredible. Yeah, great shot, Stuart Bingham. He knows now that every miss, every mistake now could be his last in this year's championship. Sometimes that makes you produce your best form.
That just wobbled slightly before disappearing. Let's have a look at it from this angle. Any more pace, it would have stayed out. Now this is a little bit of a tester. Well played, right in the centre of the pocket.
9.
And he's given himself a great chance now. Previously he couldn't play the cannon on that red. Now he can from this position. Just needed just to nudge it, and he was going to have a choice of reds.
16. $17.
Well, he's got a kick there. He was hoping to run through a bit further, then pot the black and cannon into the reds, even though he's got 3 available reds. Just watch this. Just jump slightly. But it's not a problem because he can play for the red next to the black.
$24. 25.
He's left this rather awkward for himself. He hasn't got much of an angle on the black. You can see it's just off straight. It's going to be the long red up into the left corner pocket.
32.
Why can't he just screw past the pack of reds if he has a go at that? Maybe not from that angle. But if he does judge it and he gets the cannon in the right way, he could be on the black. Brilliant shot. Superb shot. There was a lot going on with that shot, not only the pot, but to judge the cannon and get himself on the black. Match time just coming over 7 hours, and that
40.
is 5 reds and 5 blacks.
41.
Perfect angle. He'd love to just cannon the red. Not the one directly behind the pack. The other one would be ideal. Yeah, if he could cannon that one with a bit of screw on it. And that's what he's done. Beautiful shot. Beautifully played.
48. Thank you.
He's just got to judge the contact and potting this red. Well, he's coming around to look at the other one. But the red is looking at the right corner. He's got to judge a cannon off the red that's next to it if he wants to stay in the black.
Well, his main concern is the frame, isn't it? To get to 12-10. He's done the maximum on 3 occasions. But you can see his intentions here. He wants a 4th maximum break. £10,000 for the highest break. Or £5,000 if you make a maximum.
Don't get me started on that, Dennis. Let's just let Stuart concentrate on this 147 break.
56.
You could not place the reds in a better position.
Yeah, he had 7 reds and 7 blacks earlier on in this match. It was the 7th frame and then broke down, but he's still in pretty good shape here.
Yeah, he's just lost the cue ball by literally an inch to make this a straightforward automatic positional shot. That's why he hasn't played it by now, because he knows there's more angle in this black than he wanted.
$64. $65.
His highest break at the Crucible Theatre is 145, made in 2015.
72.
This red will make the frame safe. Come on, Stuart, the frame's safe.
73.
And I'm sure even Karen Wilson wouldn't mind if his opponent made the magical 147 here. He'll already be thinking about the next frame.
Oh dear. My, it's
80.
got the red that's to the right of the table, to right corner. That's the one he's going to have to play if he wants to stay in the black.
Well, what a shame, he ran slightly out of position. Karen Wilson puts his cue down and leaves the arena. I didn't think Stuart Bingham was finished just yet, and he's not. That gave him the frame, and it's 12-10 now.
As quiet as possible, please. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Stilton all day long. Karen Wilson's not back in the arena yet. Stuart Bingham's ready to go.
Yeah, I don't blame him. After the way he played in that previous frame. And good point from Steve Davis there. If he hadn't made a maximum break, could have took a little bit of the focus away, and now he can just concentrate, because it is a big thing to make your first ever maximum break at the Crucible. As I say, he's done it 3 times, but he looks pretty determined there, ready for action.
Thank you. Frame 23, Stuart Bingham to break.
Now, can he play a good enough break that Karen Wilson doesn't have a pot to go at? No, is the answer. He's still got that red to left corner, which has been potted a couple of times tonight already. Yep, there it is again. Every time Stuart had broken off tonight, Karen Wilson's potted the ball, and as I said in the last frame, when every mistake of Stuart's could be his last, could that break off be his last shot in this year's World Championship?
And he's played an absolute gem of a positional shot. That is top class there. He's used 3 cushions to get on the red next to the black. That was brilliant.
5.
So how many can he make from this chance? He went out after the last frame, probably just to compose himself, and he's come back in. And
12.
What a start to this frame.
13. 20. 21.
Stephen was talking about getting in with 6 out of the 7 frames
either player has got in off the break-off shot. And how is your luck? It's pretty good. You can get through to this red, and the black's available, the pink's
26.
available.
Yeah, very good contact on the pink there. It's full ball contact, keeping the cue ball in the middle of the table. You have to be very unlucky not to be on one when you play it like that, or as well as that.
27.
Turned professional in 2010. He probably feels like he's served his apprenticeship, and his time is now in the game of snooker. The gentleman next to me got to be world champion and world number 1 in 5 seasons. John Higgins did it in 6 seasons.
34.
Mark Williams, I think, took 6 or 7 seasons to do it. Oh, he's let that one slip
35.
away just a little bit. No. Yes. I think just the pace again. I thought he'd missed that.
42. $43.
What has he done here?
No, I think if we weren't at 12-10, see the shot just gets too thick a contact on that red. In practice, he'd be straight down swerving around the red to pot the black, but it's far too risky at this stage.
Yeah, I think one of the ball colours safe, especially
Yellow ball.
being 43 points in front. He needs a little bit of insurance.
Karen Wilson, 43.
As he left a tempter for Stuart Bingham. Stuart's looking at the red to the right of the pink. What a shot that would be to take on, but he has had a look at it. He's got a pretty straightforward safety shot. He's back looking at the pot again. He's just looking to see if he could find a gap there if he does take the pot on. Well, here we go. This is a huge shot that Stuart Bingham is taking on here. It really is. That was very, very risky, but he thought, I'm going to have a go, and who can blame him? But under the circumstances, that was very tough. And if this red goes into the left middle pocket, it could be the end of match, but this is far from easy. A lot of pressure on this one. Well, that was, under the circumstances, a terrific pot, a very acute angle. He's on the black. Has Stuart Bingham played his last shot in this year's World Championship? Still got to knock them in though. Pressure, pure pressure.
Karen
If he knocks
Wilson,
the black
one.
in, he wins the match.
Oh, that was the technical term for this is a twitch. It's in the winning line.
One.
Stuart Bingham can find a clearance here. Things could get very interesting here.
Black is out of commission at the moment. I think the pink would be in the clear if he could get it back on its own spot, but it doesn't matter what colour he plays for, the blue is available. The simple fact is he's got to keep potting them, and he may. I was going to say he may have to take the pink, but there is a red to the left of the tree, but he's the wrong side of the blue. Wanted to be the left side of the blue line. So it's the more difficult pink. The yellow's a little bit of a distraction there. I think Stuart should have got off the shot, because play has finished on the other table. Much better had he have stood up and let the applause die down. How costly is this? It's difficult to stop yourself sometimes. It's a bit like a golf shot, but you need to step away and go back to it again.
One.
But he's not quite getting through the ball, and that's purely because of the situation here and a little bit of tension. This is a big moment in this young player's career.
Six.
43 ahead if he pots a red. And a blue, he'll need one more red. And this red's a bit tight.
Yeah, he just had a wry smile. Karen Wilson there. He's not quite gotten any of these reds, I don't think. Desperately wants to be able to play this red.
I think he'll have to hit them both together to pot it. And we've got the perfect picture there. And he's potted both of them.
8.
Well, what a bonus that is.
Well, that's amazing. 'Cause in his first round match, he missed match ball and fluked it in the middle. And that time, he's potted 2 at once to leave Stuart Bingham need a snooker. I mean, he's on the pink anyway.
Well, he's ran out of position, but 51 in
14.
front with a possible 43 on the table. A sort of exhibition type shot. Stewart comes to the
14,
table,
Karen
but
Wilson.
barring snookers, it's a famous victory for Karen Wilson to knock out the former champion, 13-10. Well, that's a cracker. I'll tell you what, to pop that and get on the black. Black, and then you'll be looking for a couple of snookers. .43 behind, 35 on the table. The yellow's in a pretty good position. Wants something near a cushion and not tight on it to be able to play in behind. I don't know if he can get in behind the yellow here. The brown might be slightly in the way. Now just playing over behind one of the other colours, but he's found the gap.
Stuart Bingham, 8.
You'll want to keep this red on the table. Oh, he might just... I thought he might just turn around and shake hands, but he's going to give Kyron the glory. He's going to let him pot this final red. You're looking at a very classy player here who led 5-0. And Stuart Bingham made a terrific comeback, almost levelled at 8-all. Kyron got a snooker and pinched that frame, last frame of the second session. But he's got himself back into the quarter-final again, Stephen.
Yeah, and this half of the draw is wide open. Who's to say? You can't go a lot further in this competition.
Stuart Bingham comes forward. The gentleman that he is, congratulates Kyron Wilson. What a performance. He's a very modest young man, but he's a very, very confident young man. And he beats the former world champion in the end. It looked comfortable, but it wasn't all that comfortable. 13 frames to 10. Well done, Kyron Wilson.